Have you ever met someone who seems trapped in sadness? Someone who doesn't want to be there, yet somehow can't leave it behind? Or maybe that person is you. There's a strange comfort in pain that most people don't talk about. We often think sadness is something to escape, but sometimes staying sad feels safer than feeling hope again. Because when you've been hurt many times, happiness can feel risky, hope can feel fragile, and pain feels familiar. Psychologists call this the comfort zone of pain. It's when your mind becomes attached to familiar emotions even if they hurt, simply because they're predictable. Your brain remembers the pattern, the ache, the thoughts, the tears, and it learns to feel safe there. It's not joy, but it's known. And in the human mind, the familiar often feels safer than the unknown. Think of it this way. When someone has lived in sadness for too long, their nervous system adjusts to that emotional state. They might say they want happiness, but when joy arrives, it feels uncomfortable, too bright, too open, too uncertain. So unconsciously, they push it away and return to sadness, not because they love the pain, but because they understand it. On the surface, that might sound irrational, but it's deeply human. In psychology, this is linked to emotional conditioning. When the brain repeats a feeling over and over, it forms neural pathways that make that emotion easier to access. It becomes a habit, like muscle memory for the heart. In real life, it looks like this. Someone who constantly feels abandoned might sabotage new relationships because, deep down, being alone feels normal. Someone who grew up in chaos might create conflict without meaning to, because peace feels unfamiliar. And someone who's used to sadness might find joy uncomfortable, because joy feels like something that can be taken away. But here's the truth. Sadness can protect, but it can also imprison. The comfort zone of pain keeps you from falling, but it also keeps you from flying. Now, let's look at both sides, because neither one is right or wrong. For those who stay in sadness, it's not weakness, it's self-protection. The pain becomes like armor, thick, heavy, but safe. They've learned that if they expect disappointment, they won't be hurt when it comes. They've learned that hope can be dangerous because it opens the door to loss. So they stay where it's predictable. They tell themselves, at least here, I know what to expect. They don't realize that the walls they built to stay safe have also become walls that block out light. But on the other side are those who encourage healing, who say you have to move on. They mean well, but healing is not about forcing joy. It's about rebuilding safety, slowly, gently, from the inside out, because you can't tell someone to leave their sadness if they have nowhere else to go. You have to help them create a new home inside themselves, one that feels safe, even without pain. Healing begins not when you snap out of it, but when you start asking, what is my sadness trying to protect me from? Maybe it's protecting you from rejection, maybe from vulnerability, maybe from disappointment that once broke your heart. When you start listening to that sadness, instead of fighting it, something shifts. You begin to understand it. And once you understand it, you can gently thank it and let it rest. Growth doesn't mean you stop feeling pain. It means pain no longer defines you. It means you can hold sadness in your hands without letting it swallow you whole. And yes, stepping out of sadness is terrifying at first. It's like walking out of a dark cave into sunlight. Your eyes hurt, your body trembles. But soon your vision adjusts,
and you realize that the world outside isn't as cruel as you remembered. If you've been stuck in that comfort zone of pain for too long, don't rush yourself. You don't need to run toward happiness. Just start by taking one small step, by believing that safety and peace can exist outside of sadness too. Because you deserve to feel safe in joy. You deserve to feel peace that doesn't hurt. You deserve a new kind of comfort, the kind that comes from healing, not from surviving. So if you've been living in sadness because it feels safer there, know this: it's okay to outgrow your pain. It served a purpose once, but it doesn't define you forever. You can be gentle with your sadness. Thank it for protecting you, and still choose to move toward light. One breath at a time. One small moment of courage at a time. You don't have to erase the past. Just stop living inside it. You are allowed to be happy again. Are you someone who feels stuck in sadness because it feels safer? Or do you know someone who lives that way? Share your thoughts in the comments and let's grow together.